welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. In the news, Fubara's original budget was 1.1 trillion naira, but Admiral Ibas submitted 1.8 trillion, which was approved. Who said this? Taraya, former media aide to ex-governor Nyesom Wike, Okunabo Inko Taraya, has raised concerns over the financial management of Rivers State under the 6-month emergency rule, which is set to expire on September 18. He insisted that sole administrator Vice Admiral Ibas must give a full account of all funds spent during this period. Speaking in an interview reported by Vanguard on 10 September 2025, Inko Taraya said Rivers people deserve transparency, especially considering the huge revenues that states generate. He revealed that the state earns more than 20 billion naira monthly from internally generated revenue alone. He further recalled that Governor Siminalayi Fubara had originally presented a budget of about 1.1 trillion naira for the state. However, during the emergency rule, Admiral Ibas submitted a revised budget of nearly 1.8 trillion to the National Assembly, which was swiftly approved for implementation. He said Governor Fubara's original budget was about 1.1 trillion, but Admiral Ibas presented a revised budget of nearly 1.8 trillion to the National Assembly, which was approved for spending during the emergency. According to him, this major increase in the budget raises questions about accountability, especially as there has been little evidence of corresponding development on the ground. He stressed that Rivers people must demand answers about how such a large sum of money is being spent. Inko Taraya also lamented that Governor Fubara has been sidelined under the current arrangement. He described the governor as a ceremonial figure with little real control over the affairs of the state while emergency rule remains in place. The assembly will come back. The local government chairmen are Wike's men, while commissioners will come from Fubara. So Fubara will come and remain like that, he warned, suggesting that the governor's authority may remain limited even after the emergency ends. He dismissed Admiral Ibas' claims of peace and progress in Rivers, noting that ordinary citizens do not feel the supposed benefits. He said youth corps members and residents have confirmed that things have worsened since the suspension of the governor Fubara. Inko Taraya described the emergency rule as a political tactic rather than a genuine response to insecurity. According to him, the move was aimed at weakening the governor's position and consolidating control under powerful political interests. He added that political influence in Rivers remained firmly in the hands of FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, who, he argued, continues to dominate both PDP and APC structures in the state. This, he said, makes the 2027 elections a critical moment for Rivers politics. Finally, he observed that dissatisfaction with President Bola Tinubu's government is also growing across Nigeria. He warned that unless grievances are addressed, there may be a push for a united opposition to challenge the ruling party in the next general elections. Yes, few things were spoken to by Mr. Taraya Nko, that's the former media aide to the former governor of Rivers State, the person of Nyesom Wike. And one of it is the matter of budgets in the emergency room within the last 6 months. As far as he is concerned, the emergency rule sole administrator presented a budget of 1.8 trillion, different from 1.1 trillion prepared previously or formerly by the democratically elected governor Fubara. For him, the excess on the budget is questionable, close to about 7 billion naira, and that the sole administrator should be able to give account of what he might have done even with the budget within the stipulated period of 6 months. And he also, buttressed his point as regards this because he said while Fubara wasn't in power, there were no significant changes on ground in Rivers State. He could even make mention of the fact that even the core members and some of the people around can really testify to the fact that a lot of chips are down. Many things are not in the right perspective. And here is a man who has, presented the budget with an excess of 7 billion naira and has been approved by the National Assembly without anything correspondingly to show forth on ground. So his expectation is that the sole administrator, before he finally leaves office, should explain to the people of Rivers State what he has done with the budget. And number two, of course, Mr. Taraya also spoke about the position of Similaye Fubara as regards this current dispensation. As far as he is concerned, Fubara has been reduced to ordinary effigy, just a figurehead leader that doesn't really have real power. He even pinpointed that all the chairmen of local government are Wike men, all the members of the assembly they also belong to Wike, but it seems as if during the agreement they have made it up that Fubara should have all the commissioners. Probably that is true or not, we don't know. But that's the submission of Mr. Anko Taraya, believing that Fubara will have little or no power by the time he is even returned or restored to office by September 18, believing that the emergency rule did not even do any good to the people of Rivers State. That's another thing that Mr. Nkotaraya also, spoke to. Aside from the fact that Governor Fubara has been sidelined under the current arrangement, he described the governor as a ceremonial figure with little real control over the affairs of the state while emergency rule remains in place. And he pinpointed it that everyone will come back, even Fubara too will come back, but he will be powerless. Then he also spoke about the fact that the reality of the emergency rule is more of a bane, a negative effect even for the state, because he specifically said that it was brought in order to reduce Fubara, not because of the insecurity that was the reason the federal government pinpointed. According to him, the move was aimed at weakening the governor's position and consolidating control under powerful political interests. So that's his own submission and belief. And he also added that political influence in Rivers remain firmly in the hands of Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, who is in charge of both the PDP and the APC structure in Rivers State. So as far as he is concerned, he is not satisfied with, President Bola Tinubu's government and the way things are going around Nigeria. The dissatisfaction is much, and they may form a formidable, opposition against him come 2027. Remember to like our channel. Make sure you give us your thumbs up. Please share. Thank you.